Welcome, everyone. My name is Heather Belgian with the YSU Office of Alumni and Events. Thank you for joining us at Penguin Preview Day for a Young Alumni Panel. Today, 4 recent graduates will talk about their YSU experiences and how it led them to their career paths today. Joining us are Katie English, who has a Bachelor of Arts with a double major in Political Science and Math in 2014. Gabriella Gessler, Bachelor's in Exercise Science in 2017, and a doctorate in physical therapy in 2020. Ryan Polk, Bachelor of Science, Applied Science and Health Professions in 2016, and Ryan Portella, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science in 2018. Well, thanks for being here, everyone. To begin, how about if each of you tell us what you're doing professionally and where, and how YSU prepared you for your current position? Katie, would you like to start?
Sure. So like Heather said, my name is Katie English. I am currently an Assistant Attorney General at the Ohio Attorney General's office in Columbus. I work in the Attorney General Office's Environmental Enforcement section, where I represent state agencies in environmental civil litigation matters in courts all across the state of Ohio. It's a really exciting and fun job. I've been working there for about 3 years now, ever since I graduated law school in 2017. As far as how YSU prepared me for my current position, I think first and foremost, the academic curriculum and the unique academic journey I took at YSU really set me up for success in law school and now as a practicing lawyer. I learned very early on by meeting with academic advisors in the Honors College and within my first year courses that I really had flexibility of coursework, and I realized that I was able to add a second major and without delaying my graduation. So it really gave me the opportunity, being at YSU, to study 2 very different majors, which gave me a well-rounded education that was unique to me, and that ultimately set me apart when I applied for law school, and really just having the best resume that I could moving forward post-graduation. I don't know how much more you want. Sorry.
Okay, that's perfect.
Just like shut me up because I'll keep going forever.
Okay, no problem. How about you, Gabriella? What are you up to these days, and how did YSU prepare you?
Sure. So I'm actually in between phases of being a professional student to getting into the workforce. For physical therapy in our field, we have to sit for boards exams to obtain our licensure before we can start working. So those boards are coming up in the end of summer for me. So right now I'm preparing for that. But otherwise, I look forward to entering the field, focusing on inpatient rehabilitation, so specifically with neurorehabilitation and cardiac and pulmonary. My passion really lies there. The program that I was in at YSU for PT provided us with wonderful opportunities of actually getting 3 different clinical experiences for certain lengths of time to go into the community or anywhere we really were interested to get experience that way. So I feel very fortunate that I was exposed to those opportunities and really identify where my passions lie within the field. And even before grad school, I again received my bachelor's at YSU as well. And I think, and this is something I'll touch on again later because I'm very passionate about it, but one thing that I really value that YSU gave me was the opportunity of experiential learning with student organizations and extracurriculars and research, that sort of thing. So I was able to, again, identify some passions that, I was exploring before that really paralleled the academic career that I took as well.
Wonderful. How about you, Ryan Polk? How did YSU prepare you, and what are you doing today professionally?
All right, so I currently work at the Warrensville Development Center, which is here in Cleveland, Ohio, and I've been there for a year now. I'm a therapeutic program worker, and I have to say that one way it did prepare me, it prepared me a lot for the health for like healthcare, and also for like mental health too, wise, because that's what I work with. I work with the mental health, and and because I majored in public health, I felt like that like public health showed me a variety of things, and um, yeah, that's how I try to say it, prepare me, and also with working with the public too as well, because I've worked with the public before, was with jobs prior, but yeah, my this also plays a part in and for what I do right now as well.
Thanks, Ryan. Brian Portella, how about you?
Yeah, no, thank you. Well, YC prepared me in a lot of different ways. I guess I would really just start with just the confidence I got just from attending my classes and learning so much. I'm currently an account executive for one of the largest corporate events companies in North America. It's called Worldwide Business Research. We pretty much hold corporate events throughout multiple different business verticals, and a lot of people ask me, with a degree in political science, how does that transfer over to business? And it's pretty simple. I mean, in business, you have to think critically, and my courses at YSU, especially political science, with the professors, way force you to think critically. A lot of the classes and discussions we had were out of the box, and the professors were to be able to really switch up and like Katie said before, just pretty much build your coursework how you'd like and allow for you to think the way you do. And it's really helped me out. I've been there for about a year now. And everything that I've gotten, any success I've had so far in my young career, I could definitely attribute back to YSU, especially again with the confidence and the critical thinking skills that I gained.
That's great. Well, thank you all for those introductions. Now I'm going to ask each of you a question to get an idea of your YSU experience and maybe get some advice for prospective students. So first, we'll start with Ryan Polk. Ryan, if you could go back through college again, what would you do differently?
So, and there was a lot I had to think about with that one because it's just so much I would do. Well, one thing I probably would have done was going to college with probably with knowing what I want to major in, because before I had majored in public health, first I think I had majored in business management first, then it was criminal justice, and now public health. So I would have came in there, knowing what major to go in, so I could have took the classes already, and probably, and then like, yeah, would have been able to got everything out the way and go into my major right away instead of being undecided in a way. And also probably like being a little bit more like active. I mean, like joining clubs and stuff like that, and also like doing a lot of stuff on campus, I would say. So because there were times I felt like I was antisocial.
Right, getting involved is definitely the way to go to make the most of your college experience, right? Gabriella, what advice do you have for students who are just beginning their college journey?
Sure. So it actually is a great segue from Ryan's last comment with involvement. That's something that might be very anticipated as an answer for people to hear, but that's definitely would be my number one point of advice is from day one, just get involved on campus. There's so many different student organizations, from Student Government Association to bass fishing to club sports, all different types of things, Greek life. So basically, if you have a passion, YSU has something that can cater to that. But I think, especially right now, with everything going on, the unknown, a lot of awakening that's going on in our culture, I think it would be extremely crucial, just because identifying with a student group can sometimes bolster, your self-confidence, your passion, and help you really identify what you want your journey to look like throughout college and then further professionally. So I think that would be the one thing I have to say is invest into yourself by investing into a group like YSU. If you do that, just a fraction of that, YSU will give back tenfold, just with the mentorship, the advisement, the experience you get, the leadership. So you truly can be an advocate for your voice for others, any vision you have as a student.
That's good advice. Oh, great. Okay, Katie, on the academic side, do you have a favorite professor or a favorite course from when you were here at YSU, and why?
There were so many great classes, and every professor I had at YSU was so amazing in their own way. I think as a whole, just YSU academics with small class sizes, you really get so many opportunities to build relationships with every professor you have to help you, you know, answer questions like what should I be taking next semester to, you know, what opportunities should I be taking advantage of while in school to set me up for success post-grad. If I have to narrow it down to one course, as my favorite, I would have to put a plug into the political sciences moot court program. Moot court is a dual academic course, and there's a competition component to it as well. And as someone like myself who was interested in law school post-graduation, this class prepared me academically by teaching you how to read legal cases, brief legal cases, which are the only things you will be doing in law school. And then as far as the competition aspect, the YSU Moot Court team competes regionally and nationally. The professors, Attorney Ron Slipsky, Dr. Sarasik, who heads the department, they do so much for the students in that program. They you know, have a team of local judges and attorneys who help coach the team throughout the year to really make sure we're putting on our best face at competition. And I know that that course, I think, out of everything, prepped me the most for law school. And now here I am years later as a practicing lawyer. So that probably is my favorite course at YSU.
That's great. And didn't you stay involved as an alum as a moot court judge? I think I ran into you on one of those days.
Yes, I can't stay away. I have been invited to every year the moot court team puts on kind of an open house to celebrate Constitution Day in September, where the current teammates put on mock oral argument in front of guest judges. And I've been honored to be a guest judge in years past. So yes.
That's awesome. So after graduation, Ryan Portella, what was your transition from college to the workforce like?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a shock at first, not gonna lie. You're in a brand new world. As for me, I moved back to New York City and was able to pretty much jump into, you know, like you said, the workforce and be an adult right off the bat. I got to say though, to my earlier point, it's just a confidence that I got from YSU. The professors were able to. It's such a smaller class size that you're able to develop a pretty much a great rapport with your professors, and they let you know exactly what your strengths and weaknesses are, and they help you build and grow. So jumping into a workforce, I was able to sit there and speak with potential employers and be very frank and honest about who I am. I was able to highlight my strengths as well as weaknesses because every employer does ask that. And being able to sit in an interview and having, again, that background that your professors and at YSU pretty much help you highlight for yourself really helped me shine in a lot of interviews. So pretty much how everything's been, you know, from career services helping me build my resume to multiple networking opportunities that YSU has. It's been, for me, thankfully, a pretty smooth transition. A lot of people do know about Youngstown State. Everybody knows about Youngstown, especially here in New York. And it's crazy to see people who go to Ohio State or go to other schools. They're like, hey, I know where Youngstown's at. And then business and in professional world, networking is key. And being a YSU alum, I'm proud to say that we have a pretty awesome flag that we fly under, a YSU flag. And a lot of people do know us. And when you're transitioning into the workforce, I promise you, when you're sitting in an interview, whether it's in Ohio or it's in another state in the country, somebody somewhere has heard of Youngstown State. And it makes things a whole lot easier and just great conversation. So very proud to be a Penguin. And I think that if I weren't a Penguin, it might be a little different for me to transition, but I love that. I love that I'm here.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much, Ryan. And thank you all of you for your insight. So to conclude, one final question I'll ask each of you. What is one of your favorite YSU memories? Katie, how about we'll start with you?
Again, I don't know if I can narrow it down to just one favorite memory. I think looking back on my 4 years at YSU, what I loved most about it was just the day-to-day, getting to go on campus, go to class, and really everything that happens in between. Spending 12 plus hours a day on campus and loving every minute of it, through student organizations, hanging out in Kilcawley Center, figuring out your favorite study spot in the library. There's so much, as a YSU student that you discover just being present on campus, and just going out of your comfort zone, joining organizations like Ryan and Gabby have said. It will just make your college experience that much better. And I think looking back, the favorite thing that I have to say about YSU is just the community. And I feel that, even years after graduation, I still feel strong ties to the YSU community, and I'm proud to be an alum.
Great. How about you, Gabriella?
Yeah, so like Katie said, it's very hard to pin one memory, but I think there is one that kind of summarizes everything I feel about YSU and just a sentiment that really carried me throughout my entire career. And I was at an international coffee hour with various other students and leaders. And Dr. Igor Jorin he's since retired, but he was there, and we were just having a great conversation about the culture that we saw in the room and why it made YSU special. And he shared a specific story from the Archbishop Desmond Tutu. It's Ubuntu is the phrase, but it essentially means we are who we are because of one another. And just hearing that, it really resonated with me, and it's something that I think summarizes the culture, like Katie said, of YSU so well. That from day one stepping on campus, I felt that I am who I am because of everybody who's there, my professors, my peers, the mentorship, and then the community that fulfills YSU. It's so unique. It's such a rich journey to invest into.
Thanks. Ryan, Polk, favorite memory?
Okay, yeah. So like what Heather said, and oh, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, like kind of like like what Heather said. Um, it's just like so much to. It was like it's just so much. I mean, I can't even really even think about it as myself because there was because like there's just it's really a lot. I mean, because like there was like so much I have done and everything, like stuff I have done on campus, to like from when it came to like doing radio on Rookery Radio, and like being like a spokesperson for Disney College program after I came back from the Disney College program. So it's really hard to say. So like just like just like memories on campus in general is what are my favorite moments.
That's great. Those are some good highlights. How about you, Ryan Portella?
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot. Just like everybody else highlighted, my time at YSU was amazing. From being part of the Veterans Resource Center on campus, which has helped so many student veterans accomplish a goal of obtaining a degree, to joining the National Political Honor Society, Political Science Honor Society, to starting the John Quincy Adams Society, which is an organization that I was very lucky to be able to start at YSU, discussing foreign policy issues. It's all that coming together, and then of course I had the honor to be student speaker at the spring 2018 commencement. So many memories, so many things that come to YSU. It is hard to pinpoint one. YSU for me was and will always be just such a great growing experience, that if I were to sit there and pinpoint one thing, it's impossible to think about other things. I'm just very grateful to be Penguin, and I'm pretty sure everybody who's on this panel agrees that YSU for us at itself has been just the best experience and the best memory collectively. So.
Well, one thing that definitely comes through with all of you is the sense of pride and community, and it's so inspiring to hear you all talk about your journeys. Thank you so much for participating and for sharing with us. Thank you for being involved alumni as well. And for those of you watching, don't forget to go to the Penguin Preview Day webpage for more information. And you can contact the Office of Admissions if you have further questions at 330-941-2000, or you can email enroll@ysu.edu. Thanks for joining us here at Penguin Preview Day, and go Penguins!